Hello friends, my name's TheRealEmile and welcome back to Forza Horizon 2. In today's video we have a DLC showcase for you. It is, when is it? It's Tuesday, it's the first Tuesday in May. They always release the car packs on the first Tuesdays in whatever month it is. And we have the Alpinestars car pack this time around, so let's take a look at what we get in it. We get the AMC Rebel, aka the Machine, apparently. This is a pretty crazy car. I was driving this one about earlier. It's got an interesting American-esque paint job. It's got a rev counter engraved onto the bonnet. Yeah, it's a pretty mental-looking car. We have the 2015 Audi TTS Coupe, which is not a mental-looking car. It's quite a boring-looking car, actually, if I'm honest. I'm not a huge fan of the new TT. I've got to be honest with you. Next up, we have the free car of the pack, the Bugatti EB110 Super Sport. This was the fastest car in Horizon 1, so it'll be interesting to see what people do with the tuning on this one. We have the cover car, if you will, the Chevrolet Corvette Z06, 650 horsepower, 650 pounds-feet of torque, weight distribution right slap bang in the middle. I loved the ZR1 Corvette, and this has even more power and looks even more poised, so this could be an extremely good car. We have the 1953 Chevrolet Corvette. Not my favourite car in the world, I've got to be honest, but Corvette enthusiast, it will be nice to have this car in, I feel. 160 horsepower, so not a lot of horsepower, but yeah, overall a pretty decent car. And finally, we have the Jeep Grand Wagoneer from 1991. It looks like something off of the set of Jurassic Park. It looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to drive that car. It's going to be so much fun. Anyway, we are going to do... well, we've done modern muscle cars before, and this was sort of the car we used for modern muscle cars, so we can't do that. Yeah, we've already done it here. We can't do sports cars because we've done that so many times over. So, it is actually between Cult Classics or American Racers. And we haven't done American Racers here, so I think we're going to go with American Racers for this one. Which means we're going to be using the Rebel. So this should be quite entertaining.
Right. This one's going to be fun. The American Racers Championship. Choose an event to start it.
Okay, choose an event to start it. Well, Old Town... Ooh, street race. There we go. That's what this car's made for. Street racing, I guess. I have no idea about anything about this car. Just to make clear. I know quite a bit about AMC. I ended up watching a pretty awesome documentary about the Pacer. And they talked a bit about AMC and its history. And I don't remember this car featuring in it. They spoke about the Javelin a little bit, but not this one, I don't think. So I don't really have any clue about any history on this car. I really should have probably looked it up. But yeah, I do quite like it. It's quite insane, and that's sort of what I look for in a car. Unfortunately, the performance figures aren't that insane. It's only got 315 horsepower only, but nah, it weighs a lot. It's got 449 pounds-feet of torque as well, which is that's quite a big amount of torque. I mean, that's more than a Ferrari 458 off the top of my head. Admittedly, it hasn't got the aerodynamical properties of a Ferrari 458, this thing, but, you know, I mean, you can kind of almost see a Ferrari 458 in it. There you go, there's the fantastic rev counter on the bonnet. I love that, that's such an epic touch. So yeah, this car pack, Alpinestars. Overall, I'm not too sure what to make of this pack. It's definitely not the best one we've had. The problem I've got with it is there's some great cars in it. This, I didn't think I'd actually end up liking this car, but you know what, I do. Actually, I really do quite like this one. It's only got 4 gears as well, because it's a muscle car. So I didn't think I'd like this car, but I did. The Grand Wagoneer was a pretty fantastic car. I was looking forward to the Z06 Corvette as well, because that's a car I'm very interested in. But then there's other cars in the pack, like the TT. And I mean, the new 2015 TT, it's a bit boring. All Audis are a bit boring, at least to me anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Audis. I love the RS4 Advan. I've spoken about that car quite a few times, and I really do like that car. But it's not the most exciting car in the world, really. Hell, batteries are almost flat as well. That's fantastic. See, if we're driving a Lancia, that would simulate. That'd be simulation right there, if your batteries just died every 2 minutes. But no. There's some good cars in this pack, there's some bad cars. Once again, this is one car pack which is not covered by the car pass, the season pass, whatever the hell you want to call it. All them packs ended in, I believe they ended in April. So the last DLC wasn't covered by that. Also, actually, if you go on Bonnet View as well, you can also see the rev count, which I love that. More cars should have that. They're all built too samely and ooh, all about the aerodynamic. Look, even the rev count on this car is aerodynamical. But yeah, this is a paid pack, so ultimately, unlike the car pass ones where, you know, if you got 1 or 2 bad packs, it'd be okay, because the car pass was only like £20 and you got 6 car packs with it, so that was fine. With these ones, they do need to start showing their worth some more. I can imagine it's going to be a lot like, oh god, what was, I believe it was the January car pack, I think. It was one that came out which I wasn't a huge fan of to begin with. It was the one with the Buick and a couple of other cars. I wasn't a fan of, but the community very much liked it because it sort of had a bit of everything that they want. I feel this is a much more community-driven pack. I presume a lot of people have been asking for the TT because for some strange reason people like Audi sports cars. I must make it clear actually, the second generation TT, the 2010, the one that's in this game, I think is actually a really good car. The new one, I don't know, I just don't think it looks as good. And Audis, I don't know why, but Audis seem to be really popular here on YouTube. I've never been quite sure why. They're a bit boring, admittedly. Even the R8. Should we go cross-country racing in this? No. I must resist the urge to go cross-countrying. Instead, we shall go and Old Town Sprint. Let's go do that. And then we'll cover the next few races in a different car. But yeah, how this seem popular here on YouTube. I've never quite got it. So would I recommend this pack to you? Well, you're paying $5 or I believe it's £4.39. I'm not quite sure why that's a completely stupid conversion rate into UK pounds, but there you go. That's sort of the way the world works for us Englishers, or sorry, British people. I don't ask. But yeah, overall it depends on your opinions on the cars. Do you like what you're seeing? For me, a good car pack is when you like more than 3 of the cars. And I've got to say, the Z06, this Rebel, and the Grand Wagoneer are definitely cars that I like. The cars which I know I'm going to enjoy. So, for me personally, I feel like I feel like I've got my money's worth out of it. However, if you, I don't know, say you only want the Z06 Corvette, I wouldn't get this pack. I also wouldn't unless you're like really into that car. In which case, you can buy the individual car. However, just please get the actual pack. The way, I don't get why they've done it for this game. It wasn't like this on Forza 4. But it's absolutely extortionate if you only want one of the cars from this pack in this game. It's like £2.50. Bear in mind the pack itself, you may as well just have the other cars stapled along with it, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the pack. Tell me what you think of the pack, and hopefully I might have steered some of you either towards it or away from it. And that makes me happy. I might be saving you some money. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick topic on this. Some people I've noticed recently have been saying this game needs more American muscle cars, and I could not disagree with you more. The problem you've got, the original Horizon, okay, fair enough, that had a bunch of muscle cars because it was set in America. Technically speaking, this game shouldn't have many American muscle cars at all. It's set in Europe. Here in Europe, we don't have many American muscle cars. As much as I like American muscle cars, you know, I guess I could get painted into a light of saying I like European cars. I don't have any specific preference on, you know, a type of cars, you know. I don't really like sports cars or really like American muscle cars. I like the cars within that category, like this Rebel. I like this Rebel. I don't like that silly Camaro. But it doesn't mean I hate American muscle cars because I don't like the Camaro, or I love American muscle cars because I like the Rebel. I'm sorry, I'm rewinding a lot. I'm terrible at this game. That's next commentary. I'm going to speak about rewinding in games because that's also another hatred of mine. But yeah, I don't think this game should have more American muscle cars. It doesn't really fit the tone of the game, if I'm honest. And this game has the Charger, the Challenger, and the Mustang, and it's also got quite a few other cars in there. You know, you got your Cudas and this and all that. Really, it's got all the American muscle cars I think a game personally needs. Yes, you can make an argument for the Hellcat to come in, and you know what, I'm actually really surprised the Hellcat hasn't already come to this game. I don't really know what they're holding it off for. Maybe that's for a super special chosen by the community pack they're going to have later on. I don't know. But me personally, I don't feel like there should be many more American muscle cars. Anyway, that's the second race. That brings an end to my time in the Rebel. Overall, the Rebel, it's not called the Rebel, is it? Is it? Yeah, the Rebel, AMC Rebel. I'm forgetting this because the game, it's called the Machine and then it's called the Rebel. I presume Machine is kind of like Boss Theater 2 would be. It's kind of a special edition version. But yeah, overall, pretty enjoyable car. I love the paint job. I love the way this thing looks. It's a pretty good American muscle car. It's a nice addition to the game. Overall thoughts on the pack? Well, it's okay. I guess it's okay. If you want to download this pack, it is available right now off the Xbox Marketplace for $5 or your regional equivalent, depending on if there's tax involved in that. Yeah, I definitely recommend you check out the pack and choose for yourself whether you want it. But anyway, friends, my name's been TheRealEmile, and until next time, farewell.